What's up YouTube, Dan here for Zephyr Wargames, bringing you the test hand video for the Darklord Lair deck profile that I did for you guys the other day. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do our standard test hands of 3 going first and 3 going second and show you what this concoction of a deck can do. So after a good old shuffle and a nice fair cut, our starting hand of 5 will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not too bad at all. Now, there's 2 ways we can go about this. If we go with YUGIOH, we put these in the grave and we're riding our luck on what we draw. If we go with Nasten, we're putting these in the graveyard, but at least we've got a dark monster on board that has the ability to negate an effect, and then we've got a virus that's going to protect us a little bit more. So it's entirely up to you on which kind of gamble you'd like to take. I'm going to start off with the YUGIOH because we can gamble it anyway, just to see how it goes. So this is just for risking, and we've got a Superbia and a contact. So again, not too bad. We're now in the same predicament. We can activate Nasten, getting rid of these 2, bringing Nasten to board, pay this cost, spin back contact, bring back YUGIOH, and then we've got a trap live in grave. We've got a virus set. We can activate a Lair for a draw 2. So that is our safety play. Our risky play would be activating a Lair, drawing 2 and then probably banishing Superbia, but you're hoping that whatever you draw into is either another dark card that's going to be of use to you, or of course another Darklord card to use that play. So we're going to play safety. We're going to destroy these 2 here. We're going to put Nasten on the board. We're then going to set our virus and we're going to activate our Lair of Darkness to gamble it. So would our gamble paid off? No, our gamble wouldn't have paid off, so it's lucky we did that. They both go to the grave. Milling in this deck isn't the end of the world because you do provide yourself with a bit more ability. So if you look at this one, what we can do is you can actually get your full board back. So you can activate Nasten, paying 1,000, spin back contact to the deck. That will then bring out YUGIOH. You can then pay 1,000 on YUGIOH to spin back Darklord contact again and bring out your Superbia. Now, if you want to do that, that's completely fine. By doing so, you then obviously have Virus, which of course will hit your Superbia as your perfect target. You've then got 1,000 in the graveyard to use Nasten or YUGIOH to spin back Darklord Sanctified. Your other option would be to leave 1 contact in the grave along with the Superbia, and then during your opponent's turn, play whichever you see fit. Obviously, if one of these got destroyed, or if you tribute one of these off with the virus, let's say we tribute off Nasten, you can then activate YUGIOH's ability to spin back contact, bring back your Nasten, and then use Nasten's effect to bring back the Sanctified. So it's entirely up to you. If you play it this way, leave these 2 on board and bring back the Superbia, you have a bit more safety play, because then it doesn't mean you have to choose between activating contact or the negate. It means if your opponent is not paying attention, you can negate them very, very easily, and of course you're going to virus them as well. So that is probably an ideal board. It does leave you with nothing left in hand, and it means all your Darklord cards are shuffled back into the deck. Of course, if you wanted to, you could link up your Darklord monsters and go a little bit further, but you're best leaving them on board to spin your stuff back, and then you want to hope that your top deck is something useful that you can get into the graveyard, or mill into the graveyard itself. Anyway, our second hand of 5 will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is the perfect hand for Darklords, because this is what you want to see. You want to see contact with your YUGIOH, and of course your contact. So we're going to activate that straight away. Burning both those, drawing 2 cards. Oh, and the Eradicator absolutely wrecks it right now. So if you activate your contact, you bring back your YUGIOH. Sorry, not your YUGIOH, sorry. You bring back your Superbia, and then your Superbia effect brings back your YUGIOH. We've then got the ability, if we wanted to, we can link these up, use a Monster Reborn, bring back your Superbia, but you don't want to do that right now. Now, we can discard 1 Arima, give ourselves a Lair of Darkness. Good old shuffle. We can normal summon our Arima. We can now activate Arima's effect to get rid of the Superbia if we want to. By doing so, we can choose to search out Diabolus or take the draw as a luck. Now, it's entirely up to you on which you'd want to go on that one. I'm going to go with the actual search of Diabolus, because then, of course, we can get him to the board. Now, we could have chosen to get rid of the YUGIOH. By getting rid of the YUGIOH, we would have had 2 level 8s on board. But let's not forget as well, with Diabolus on the board right now, we're also going to get a token in the end phase. Now what you want to do is you can activate YUGIOH's effect, paying 1,000, spin back the contact, bring back your Superbia, overlay your Superbia and your Diabolus. Then, you could link if you wanted to, entirely up to you. But you can either go into, because we're going first, your best one is your Hope Harbinger. Stick on your Hope Harbinger. Then, of course, you've got your Eradicator. Now, your Eradicator is going to shut your opponent down regardless. Ideally, what you would want to do is, if you have the ability of getting Diabolus engraved, because you've got the Eradicator, you can then loop him back round next turn. So after you activate the Eradicator, you loop him round. But in the end phase, we set our Eradicator. We can Monster Reborn if we want to, entirely up to you. And then we'll get a token because we tributed off of Arima. And that's our board state already. So we're negating a spell. We're then hitting Eradicator that can then shut out spells or traps. So again, it depends on what you're coming up against. If you don't want Hope Harbinger, you can leave both the monsters on the board. It's really dependent on what you fear most. Because we've got the Eradicator, it gives us a bit more freedom. That in turn would then leave YUGIOH with the contact engraved. But that is again entirely down to you and personal preference of playstyle. If you want to play a different rank 8, again, that's entirely up to you. But it does give you a nice little board presence. The Eradicator, like I said, in the deck profile, is it's going to shut out all decks that come up against it. Anyway, our test hand number 3 going first. So again, good old shuffle, good old cut. And our third test hand of 5 will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. So even trading with Superbia is just as good. So we're going to activate our trading with Superbia. We're going to draw 2. We've got our banishment and we've got an allure. So again, that's really, really powerful because we're going to activate our banishment. Our banishment is going to search out our YUGIOH. Gives us a lot of deck thinning, which is quite good, especially if you want to be searching certain elements of the deck. It's a good old shuffle and again, a nice fair cut. YUGIOH with Zorato. And we're going to draw 2 more. Second contact, not ideal, but we do have our Lair of Darkness. So, we're going to activate our Lair of Darkness. We're going to activate our contact, bringing back our Superbia. Now, you can go into a rank 8 if you want to, but of course, if you bring back your YUGIOH, YUGIOH can now use her ability to spin back either contact to get you a Zorato, or banishment to get you a search. Now, if we spin back banishment, we get to search out one of our beautiful traps. Now, searching out one of our beautiful traps, we've got Rebellion. We've got, of course, Sanctified, and we've got, of course, where is she? Right at the top, Enchantment. I would say go for your Sanctified, because that can go there. Sanctified obviously gives you the negation, and you can use that twice if it's played properly. Now, this contact is a little bit dead here, so we want to set that one there. We want to normal summon our Arima. Now, again, we can either tribute off our Superbia and search out our Diabolus, or of course you can get the draw, so it's entirely up to you on how you want to go with this. Again, it will give you the token as well. We're going to activate our Allure of Darkness to draw 2. Oh wow, maybe we should have activated Allure first. So we're going to get rid of the Superbia, that's going to go there. Yeah, that's a play of foresight. If I had known, obviously if you know you're going to get into this, then of course you wouldn't normal summon the Arima. You can gamble with the Allure and go into this, but that's just part of the way it is. So with the Arima, you can choose to get rid of your Superbia, search out your Diabolus, bring Diabolus onto the board. Again, that's entirely up to you. That then gives you another token as well. Your Sanctified. If you use the Arima on this, your Sanctified then has to send your YUGIOH, so you're taking away a negate for a Diabolus. So really, really up to you. You can get rid of your own Arima to get the draw and see what you get. So again, it's entirely up to you on how you want to play this hand out. You've got a Lilith next turn to get you more traps. Getting this in graveyard is very, very important. And then of course, if you do tribute it off, during your opponent's turn, you can pay 1,000 to bring either your Zorato or your Superbia back. But again, you've got contact as well. You can activate during your next turn to bring back Superbia and then any of the other monsters. Any of your other Darklords, of course. But we've also got Lair of Darkness, which is going to slow our opponent down massively, causing them a lot of issues, and then being able to use any of our quick effects. Now again, like I said, in Foresight, if I'd known I was going to have Lilith, we would have gone with Lilith, and then we could have tributed off another monster, and then tributed off another one of our opponent's monsters during their turn, because of Lair of Darkness, to get it. Anyway, now let's get a bit more aggressive. Let's show you what that extra card does for us, shall we? So a good old shuffle and a good old cut. And our opening hand of 6 will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. traps for days. That's actually quite powerful. If we go, ideally we want Rebellion in the graveyard because then Rebellion then becomes live. But if we go YUGIOH with Superbia, draw 2, contact, trade in. You can activate trade in and put your Diabolus in there, but we want a Superbia in there possibly. Oh wow! Maybe if we kept the Superbia, put the Diabolus in there, that would have been better because then we could use Nasten with Rebellion. Nasten hit Rebellion and Superbia, spin them to graveyard and go from there. Anyway, we now have the ability to seriously flood the board. So we're going to activate Contact. Contact is going to bring back Superbia. Superbia is going to bring back YUGIOH. And that then goes into the graveyard. We can then normal summon our Lilith. Use Lilith's ability to tribute itself off and search us out free trap cards. Now again, it's entirely up to you on what free you'd want to search. I would say go for 2 Darklords and the Eradicator. Obviously, if we get the second Darklord, happy blooming days. Now I'm going to roll the dice because I think that's the only fair way of doing it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me get my dice out of my deck box. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll show it on camera. 6. There we go. So we get this one to hand. Those 2 go back to deck. Oh, take the camera out while I'm at it. They go back to deck. Diabolus triggers off of Lilith and brings himself to the board. Again, we've got a beautiful 3k beta, and then we contribute a card off to spin 1 back. We now have the ability to activate Nasten, send in Rebellion and Sanctified to the board, to the grave, sorry, bring Nasten on board. We've then, if we want to push even further, we can activate Nasten's ability to pay a K, spin back Contact, bring back Superbia. We can then activate YUGIOH's effect, pay a K, spin back Rebellion, pop a card on the field. We then have the ability to overlay our Superbias and go into Aussie if we want to start spinning stuff back, or we go into our Dragon Heliopolis. Heliopolis' ability contribute off Lilith if you want to pop a card. It depends on how far you want to push on this one. But regardless, you've popped a card on board already. These 2 are of no use to us in defense mode, so all you would be doing is using Diabolus to pop one of these to spin one. So you're better off going into this to use this to pop this. So you've popped 2 cards on board, and then you go into 26, 3k, 25, and then 3k. So you've pretty much got game if you clear the board off there. So that is a nice little OTK off of Lilith. And then you've gone through enough. You've got a negation engrave as well for your Darklords to play off of next turn. Okay, so now let's do our second test hand, go in second, and see if we can repeat that feat. So after a good old shuffle and a nice fair cut, our opening hand 6 will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Beautiful. We're going to activate Lair of Darkness. We're then going to activate YUGIOH with Superbia for the +2. Again, you've got the safety of getting Nasten to board, but we want the +2. Yeah, we want the +2. Activate Banishment. Banishment is going to get us our Contact. Activate our Contact to give us our YUGIOH and Superbia back on board. So activate Contact, give us our Superbia. Superbia brings back YUGIOH. And they're both engraved. We can activate YUGIOH's ability to search out another Darklord card, one of your traps if you want to. Entirely up to you. You can normal summon your Arima. You can use Arima's effect to tribute one of your opponent's monsters. Obviously that won't let you bring out Diabolus. It will let you get the draw or the search. So again, that's entirely up to you on how you'd want to play that. Ideally, if you get rid of your Superbia because it's of no use to you right now, and take the draw over the summon. So I'm just going to shuffle this up. Because you've already got Diabolus in hand, I would take the draw. Nah, not ideal. That would give you your Diabolus to the hand, Diabolus to field. It's not bad because it is a Darklord, it's what we wanted, because then you play YUGIOH's ability, spin back your Banishment of the Darklords, search out whatever trap you feel is relevant, whether you want to pop one or take one. We're going to go with a take one. Activate Nasten's ability, getting rid of YUGIOH and Enchantment, putting those to the graveyard, bringing him here. We've already popped one of our opponent's monsters with Arima. We're then going to use Nasten's ability, Pay in a K, spin back enchantment. You could spin back Contact if you want, but that would only get you Superbia, so you'll be going for a rank 8 play. Spin back enchantment, take control of one of your opponent's monsters. We're going to put that there. So we've cleared 2 of our opponent's monsters, and then we can go, these alone should be game. What we've got, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so those 3 alone is game, and then you've got the Arima going in for 17, and then whatever you've stolen off your opponent can kill them or finish them off. Again, if you wanted to, you could link up Arima and whatever you stole, and that would be your game again. Okay, so now let's do our final test hand going second. Good old shuffle from the Darklords, and then we'll see what we can do. So, good old shuffle and a cut. Our final test hand of 6 will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okie dokie. If we go with Banishment, and Banishment searches us out our... Again, it's a gamble. If you go with a Superbia, you want to be hitting something off of the trading. If you don't go Superbia, I'd probably go... Could go Ix-Chill. Tell you what, let's take that back now that I'm thinking about it. Let's keep the Banishment for now. Let's see what we get off of the trading. Diabolus we want in grave. We don't really want him in our hand. So, let's go with the trading first, put him in the graveyard, and draw 2. Superbia and Lair. Okay, so we're going to activate Lair. That's already a good start. And then we're going to activate Banishment, and Banishment can then now search out our Ix-Chill. So that's probably the better way of doing it. There we go. Then Ix-Chill can use Superbia, put her in the grave, and draw 2 more. And then, of course, we've got all 3 of those that we can start bringing back. Ideally, we want to save the Monster Reborn. So our 2 off of Ix-Chill will be those. Ugh. Might as well activate trading. It's of no use to us right now in our hand. Okay. We then want to make Contact. Activate Contact. Bring back Superbia. Superbia brings back Ix-Chill. Ix-Chill pays a K, spins Banishment back to deck. Contact is now in grave. That in turn searches out our Nasten. Nasten then uses its ability to get rid of Superbia and Enchantment and bring that to the board. And then obviously Enchantment is live, so we can steal one of our opponent's monsters. Yay! And I'm pretty sure Superbia can bring back a Darklord if it's used with Monster Reborn. Regardless, anyway, we've got better plays to do. If we Monster Reborn, bring back the first Diabolus, use this Diabolus' effect to tribute one of our opponent's monsters. Let me just double check this, it doesn't say... your opponent cannot tribute this face-up card on the field and cannot target it with card effects. You can only use the effect of Diabolus to Lair once per turn. If a Dark monster you control is tributed, except during the damage state, you can special summon this card from the graveyard. If this card is tributed or hand of field, tribute one Dark monster, your opponent places 1 card. Okay, so you can use Diabolus' effect to tribute off your Superbia, and that will bring back your Diabolus, because that was brought back with Monster Reborn, remember that. Or you contribute one of your opponent's monsters to spin another card back to the top or bottom of their deck. Now, obviously, by doing this, this then opens you up to use Nasten's ability to either bring back Superbia for you to go into your rank 8 Dragonlord Heliopolis, and then pitch your deck Devi from hand to pop another card. Or, of course, you could spin back the enchantment and steal one of your opponent's monsters. So it really depends. Really depends on what kind of position your opponent has. If they've got monsters, I advise using Nasten, spin back enchantment, steal their monster, and then you've got 3, 2.5, 2, 6, 3. So you've got game there, and then whatever your opponent's monster is. Then you've got your virus to set. You've got Lair in play. You pass. If this is still on board, you can link it away if you want to. If you link it away, I would say link it away with your Diabolus. Because then during your opponent's turn, you activate Deck Devi, get rid of one of these guys, whichever one you don't want anymore, and that will then bring back that Diabolus, and you've got rid of your opponent's monsters, and then they're hit with a Deck Devi. So I'll be amazed if they can play through that board after doing whatever damage you do to them, and then a virus on top of that. But that's it. Very short, very sweet, very simple to the point on the Darklord. deck. Of course, the rest of it then comes into siding and how you side and kind of the cards you side to go up against whatever meta you're playing against. But what you've got to remember as well is Sky Strikers actually struggle to get past big beaters, and that's exactly what Darklords are. So Darklords could be a very, very underrated deck for this upcoming format. So bear that in mind while you're checking this out. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. I hope this was kept simple and to the point with the way Darklords work and wasn't too, you know, like I said, they're not explosive, but they can be quite consistent and powerful when they do go off. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. And as always, guys, happy dueling. What's up, YouTube? Thanks for watching that video. I hope you liked it. If you did, hit that like button. And of course, don't forget to hit that big red subscribe button in the bottom left-hand corner and the notification bell so you don't miss out on anything. We've got more deck profiles, duels, pack openings, and many more Yu-Gi-Oh videos coming up for you all year round. So don't forget to stay tuned for all of that. Thanks, and as always, guys, happy dueling.